Hello, I'm Lucy and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another travel vlog where my boyfriend and I have just come back from a 2-night stay in Lisbon where we celebrated our 5-year anniversary. We booked a package through EasyJet which included the flights, hotel, 23 kilos of luggage and transfers. We flew from London Luton Airport and we stayed at the Jupiter Lisboa Hotel, and this cost £350 per person. We thought this was a very reasonable price, as if we paid for just the flights, the transfers, the seats, etc., then this would have come to not that far off of the package price, so it definitely paid off to shop around and to compare options. We always like to stay at a hotel near the airport or the port the night before travelling, as we have to drive on the M25 pretty much wherever we go to, so one accident can mess the whole thing up, and we, to be honest, obviously don't want to miss our holiday, so we stayed at the Courtyard by Marriott. To be honest, it was a little bit more expensive than we would like to have paid, but we did only book this trip about 2 weeks ago and all the cheaper options like Premier Inn were sold out. The room cost £165 and this didn't include breakfast or parking. The parking was £12 per night, and the breakfast, it differed depending on what day of the week it was, and also if it was hot or cold breakfast the prices would change, and also the times, but the earliest that it started was 4:30 in the morning. They have a restaurant and bar at the hotel and they stopped taking food orders at 9:30 in the evening. We did have dinner here which was really delicious actually. In a minute I'll show you the footage from that, but it was really quick service, it was really hot, really good options of food as well for like a airport hotel, I guess. We was really impressed and would have rated, well, we did rate all of our food 10 out of 10. So I'm now going to leave some footage of the room and a little bit of the hotel and our food, so enjoy this little bit. I'm going to start talking about the vlog now that we've come back, as it all started off very manic and it all happened very quickly and I didn't really have time to film about some bits, so I'm going to talk about it now. This is the first time that either of us have flown from Luton Airport, so we didn't have a clue where to go, and we found that the roads weren't signposted very well. It wasn't until that you actually got to a junction or a roundabout that you thought, oh, now is the time I need to make a decision on which way you need to go. And silly us, we didn't plan our route in advance, we just followed signs because we thought, you know, that's the obvious thing to do. But people obviously the same as us, as people were driving all over the lanes, so it might be an idea to check out your route before you go. But now that we've been there, we know where to go and it will be so much easier in future. But just a heads up that it doesn't seem to be that well signposted compared to other airports that we've been to. We had paid for parking in advance and this cost £71 for 2 nights, and it was in a multi-storey car park, and it's a car park that you keep your keys. We then followed the signs for the terminal, which was really easy. It literally was a 5-minute walk. And we only had hand luggage on us, so we didn't need to check in or anything. We'd already done that all online. But when we got to security, there was the biggest queue I think I've ever seen in an airport. We kind of went into panic mode thinking, oh my god, we're going to end up missing the flight at this rate, even though we were about 3 hours early. But we did notice some ATM looking machines where you can buy fast track tickets through security, and these cost us £8 each. And it literally was 10 minutes through security. It was definitely worth it if you can afford it. Well, my bag was stopped though because of my heat protector spray. I don't know why. It had to be tested and then it got thrown away. So a little bit sad about that. If you use this heat protector spray, then maybe you don't take it. Sad times. The departure lounge was just like any other one really at an airport. You've got your normal WH Smiths, Boots, M&S, Ted Baker, Sports, JD Sports, all the normal lot. But there wasn't really anywhere to sit, so we went in a little quiet restaurant called Nolito. Never heard of it before, but it was very quiet. Had a little bite to eat and drink in there, and it was just a nice comfortable place to sit while we waited for our gate number to be called, and they had a screen there so you could easily see your gate number when it was ready. We then had a short walk to the gate, and it took a little time to board. I think because it was the first time that I'd ever seen them actually check the size of hand luggage that people were taking on, and Mark's was unfortunately a little bit big in all ways, so he had to pay £48 on the spot for it to be upgraded to large cabin bag, and he also got speedy boarding without. Obviously they need those people on first so that they're guaranteed for their bag to be in the overhead lockers. So he wasn't impressed with that, but off he went, jump in the queue, and I had to stay in the normal line all by myself. But yeah, we should have really checked that before we went. That is our own fault. And just a reminder to check the size of your hand luggage. Once we'd landed in Lisbon, the instructions we were given for our private transfer was to exit into the arrival hall and go to the meeting point marked with signs, and then go to the blue counter with the sign lane bus where a rep will be waiting for us. But we came into the arrival area and it was absolutely chaos, and after looking for some time we found the rep, who led us outside to the taxi driver, and the taxi driver drove so fast I could barely get any footage, so this is all I got. But it took about 15 minutes to get there, and the driver was very polite, so let him off. When we got to the hotel, which was about midday, we were able to access the room, which was absolutely beautiful, and I'll leave a little video here of a room tour. It was then time for some lunch, and this isn't the last time that we visited here, but needed a little top up. I say little, look at the size of those chips. Anyway, we did a top up of food and Mark wasn't hungry yet. We took about a 20-minute walk to the place named on the screen, but I won't say it as I'm terrible at pronouncing anything. But from here we bought tickets to the city sightseeing hop-on hop-off buses. We chose the 4-line option, which cost us €30 each, and each line takes roughly 1 hour 45 minutes. First we took the red line, which ended up being our favourite line. We got very burnt on this one, and there's a cute little man that hovers around selling hats, which he probably isn't allowed to, but we bought a hat each from him, and we grabbed some drinks, got on the green line, which is a smaller bus, and it takes you around the central part of the city where the larger buses can't reach. Obviously you can hop on and hop off as many times as you wish, but we just wanted to stay on so that we could pick out places to come back to that we like the look of. Once we finished the green line, it was a 45-minute wait until the blue line left, so we walked across the road to McDonald's. Yes, again, hear me out. So Mark got food this time and we got some drinks and used the toilets, but you can only use the toilets in here if you buy something, as they have a door code on the receipt. We then got on the blue line, and this one takes you a little bit further out. We finished the 3 bus lines around 7:45 and walked back to the hotel, where we went up onto the rooftop, and they've got 2 pools up there with a terrace and a bar, and this place is absolutely stunning. So we got some frozen daiquiris, which were so yummy, and just sat and enjoyed the view. The rooftop bar shuts at 10, so we went back to the room and got some room service, which was nice. I had a burger and chips, and Mark had the cheese board, which we forgot to record. I am terrible at this. Hello. So I've not really done any talking on my vlog yet. To be honest, we're just enjoying ourselves, enjoying the sun. And as you can see, I am very burnt. Stay with me. Got a sun cream. So I won't show you the people in the pool area, obviously, but it's not really, there's no spare sunbeds at all. We got out here about 9:30 and managed to get some of the last couple that were out here. But people are coming and going, so people that are out here first thing when we was out here are no longer here, and it's a whole new group of people. People seem to chill for maybe 3 hours. So yeah, if you ever come here and you think, oh, there's no sunbeds, just sit in one of the normal chairs and wait for people to go, and after a while they will. So do not panic. Lunchtime. I think I'm going to go for the chicken and lime mayo sandwich. That sounds nice. I've spoken since the pool area earlier. We obviously had Luton back. Got ready, as you can see, took some cute pictures in the room. And we're now off for dinner in an area that we quite like to look off. We're always on the buses today. So we'll show you a little bit of that area. I think it might be called Belém, that's the area name. So yeah, see you in a minute. That was a good start to this bit of talking. The wind, I don't know if it can even pick up my voice, but we just finished our dinner. Starters, how would you rate your starters? 10? No, you said 9, didn't you? 9 or 10. I would rate mine a 10, just Kaale bread. Mark rated his mains a 2. I rated mine dessert. I had an M&M sundae with vanilla and chocolate ice cream. Oh, I didn't realise it was peanut M&Ms. I don't like peanut M&Ms, so Mark had to eat all the peanuts off. And so I ended up just being vanilla and chocolate ice cream. Nothing. How would you rate your dessert? You said 10. Oh, 9. Mark had a Twix waffle, which I had a little bit of and was very nice. So just having a little walk up this front. Whatever you want to call it, would you go back to that restaurant? Yes. But you'd pick something else and make it. So recommended. Lovely area, very windy. Asked to sit out the side and sit near the waterfront. It was very pretty. Anyway, we're walking and I'm out of talking. Bye. A little video back down. What way do you want to go? So we just came from that little promenade by the light. Let's just walked on the front. And it took us up a little path that goes around there, back up, and we're going to make our way down the steps and the slope. But this side say it's slippery, so be careful. Good morning, it's the last day. We just checked out, left our luggage in the store there, and we're just waiting for our Uber and we're off to the zoo. So let's go and have a look at the zoo. A little out in the Dolphin Bay, waiting for the dolphin show to start. We've been around the rest of the zoo. We got here, what time did we get here? Just after 10? But just after 10, and it's now 10 past 2. And we've done the cable car as well, we've had food, so as soon as this is done we'll be leaving, Uber back to the hotel, and then probably back to the airport. So here's the dolphin show. It was then time for us to head back to the hotel, and we waited in the reception area for our transfer to pick us up. Prior to coming away, we'd received a time of pickup and to be in the reception area 10 to 15 minutes before this time. Security at Lisbon was so much easier than Luton, and once you get through to the departure lounge, it is huge, and there's another separate area that's basically like a big food court, but make sure you have some food or take some food from here, because once you go through to the gate area there isn't anywhere to get food. This is pretty much all there was once we went through to the gate area, and we thought this shop was chocolate, however it is cans of fish. So that brings us to the end of the vlog. If you're still watching, then thank you so much. If you enjoyed it, then I'd really appreciate a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button, and head over to my Instagram channel for more content. Our next adventure is in August, where we'll be flying to Italy and spending 10 nights on Celebrity Constellation, where we'll be heading to Greece and Turkey. Again, thank you so much for watching, and see you soon. Bye.